Hey all, welcome to Embracing Expansion. This is my channel, and today we're going to give you some spirituality. I have been, I've been observing or hearing of a lot of people falling ill, and I wanted to take some time to just share a little bit of what I consider, steps towards healing or even avoiding becoming, ill in the first place, right? So it's hot. I'm just gonna say that first. It's hot here, so I got my tissue. So I'm gonna be dabbing a lot. Okay, it's really hot. I'm in the Caribbean. I think that we become so physically attached that we forget that we are also, spiritual beings, spiritual creations first. This is where we come from. We are all from spirit. We're all from God. We're all from love. Okay? And we have a very, very powerful tool. We have all the tools we need to have a healthy life, to be happy, to be peaceful, to be successful. And it all starts one place, and I know you're probably finishing my sentence right now. It starts with your mind. Every physical illness or ailment that we experience first starts with the mind. We can go to a doctor. We can decide to make a concoction for ourselves. We can take a pill. We can drink a tea. We can rub something on ourselves. And it won't be as effective as your mind. That is really where a cure or prevention in the first place begins. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. All right, I can use myself as an example. Remember, I mentioned in a previous video when I was experiencing eye issues. I just woke up one morning and started losing my vision. It was in November. I just started losing my vision, and I did everything. This was very scary for me. I had to have fundraisers to get a brain MRI done. I had never been poked so much by doctors to extract blood, to run tests. I had x-rays done, I had EKGs done, everything, and I just had a beautiful, mind-blowing experience, guys. And it never happened again. I'm going to share that experience with you because I don't think I've shared it with you. So, mushrooms. It was my birthday, and it was the week after my birthday, and my partner decided to have me celebrate it. And with friends, well, not friends, his friends that I was being introduced to on another level. So I'd seen him around, but we were just in the same space, in a beautiful space, surrounded by nature, beautiful energies. And we just, I was very nervous about it, but I had my first coached mushroom session. And I remember saying to my partner before I indulged, I was like, if I lose my mind, you have to love me. No matter what, if I start walking the streets naked, you have to love me. Like we're doing this together, and I promise to do the same for you, because he also was having his first experience. Anyway, I did this, and I guess the reason I made those statements too, because I was already experiencing this vision thing and all of that. And I did the mushroom treatment. I wouldn't say treatment, it wasn't a treatment, it was just really at the time for just trying something new. I hadn't researched it or anything. My partner, we just like to try new things together, and we did that. And it was a very beautiful experience. I was around those people, beautiful souls. My partner was the only guy there, just a bunch of females and myself and my partner, and there was this dog. I remember this dog called Tip Tip. Such a beautiful dog. The two of us, me and that dog, spent a lot of time together that night. She was just laying in my lap. We were just chilling, and we were all in a circle and just chilling. And then I noticed that I was picking up on energies. Now, I probably wouldn't call it that then. I was just looking at people and seeing who these people really are, and sometimes I would be like, I just started looking at them, and I was nervous because I was like, why am I seeing those things, and should I say something? So I decided to start first with I can't remember who I started with, but I spoke to one of them, and I was just saying to them, you're very beautiful. You have a lot of beautiful light, and you have a beautiful purpose. And I feel that you don't believe, in yourself enough, and you should because you're very magical. And I just went like this, saying different things that I don't know where it came from, but saying those things to those other people, saying different things to these other people that were there with us. And guys, after that night, I have to admit I didn't remember everyone that I spoke to, and I didn't remember speaking at first to anyone until someone said my partner came and told me, that he was made aware that I said those things, and I started remembering a little bit. I don't remember everything to this day, but I remember the experience. And I remember looking up at the moon, and the moon just looked like a beautiful locust flower. And I just kept staring at it, guys. And I was just amazed because I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. And my friend, I remember, she was like, Finesse, can you stop looking at the sky? Because I would stop dead. We were on our way to the bathroom, and I just stopped dead in my tracks looking up at the moon. Anyway, after that experience, I had no more vision loss. Okay? It has been beautiful. It has been. And I didn't notice it, to be honest. I didn't notice that I wasn't having the episodes until I got lost of episodes. I didn't realize that I was having I hadn't been having the vision issues until I realized, hey, something's different. I've not been having any of that lately. And that was that, In hindsight, I had been ever since I was a child, seeing certain things about people, but as a child, no one's gonna take you seriously. So I would always feel like no one's gonna listen anyway. Like even if I told my mom or anyone, it'll just be like, that's not your business. As in the Caribbean, as a child, when you say certain things, you hear a lot adults will tell you, that's not your business, or this is adult talk, stay out of it, or something. But I always had insight. I don't know where it came from, but I always would have these feelings and insight. Sorry guys, I think I just partially yawned. I must be really comfortable with you guys. Yeah, so this happened, and I hadn't been having those episodes anymore. Stop calling it episodes, Finesse. I did not experience vision loss after that experience, and it was a beautiful experience. So as you may guess, because this allowed me to explore a certain aspect of myself. I did try the mushrooms a few times after that. Well, yeah, maybe about 3 more times after that. I could literally count how many times I've done it. And there's one thing about me, I do not like to feel dependent on anything to get something out of me. I remember when I first started performing, I was nervous, and then the drummer in the band at the time suggested, have a shot of spice. Spice is like a locally brewed alcoholic drink that we make in the Caribbean. And I realized, hey, I'm having spice, and it helped. But then I was like, are you gonna just spend the rest of your life having spice before you perform? And then one night I'm like, I'm gonna try it without. And I tried it without, and then it became optional, or I didn't do that, or in fact I stopped drinking eventually completely, right? When I was performing, and when I am performing. And it just goes to show that it really is your mind. It is your mind. And if you can heal your mind and take time to go within to understand your mind, that's where your healing starts. With my vision loss, it was because I was suppressing part of my mind, part of my abilities. I was suppressing, and not necessarily suppressing an ability. In that moment, I didn't call it an ability. I was suppressing a part of me. And that is what happens with a lot of ailments. When we don't take the time to understand, to know, to love, to accept, to feel who we are, if you are ignoring something that bothers you, it will eventually manifest physically. And this is what all ailments are. All ailments are first they're emotionally charged, all physical ailments. And the way we address that is by we take the time to understand it and to release it. I have seen many people, I see many people who are walking the streets. To us, they've lost their mind. I believe I have my own opinion about it. I believe that they just vibrate on another level, or that's one of the options, or they had so many underlying things in their head, in their minds, that they didn't take time to address, that it's just spiraled and created an imbalance for them, so with reality, you know. So I think that before, it's okay to get, don't get me wrong, it is okay to get, it's okay to get medical treatment for something that has manifested physically, because not all of us have taken the time or are aware of the fact that our mind and our emotions, I will say our emotions, contribute to our physical ailments. If you can take the time to do that, to just have honest conversations with yourself and the people in your life, you know, we have to love ourselves enough to free ourselves from the things that bother us, the things that don't sit right with us. And it's not, when you free yourself, you simply speak about it. You do not have control over what the other person does, how they respond. But when you can say to yourself, I am going to act from a place of love towards me, you are automatically acting out of a place of love towards everyone. So if something bothers me, and that's something about me that a lot of people, I can actually say that I've got into disagreements, or even had to stop talking to people, or people stop talking to me for that, I will say how I feel. I'm not going to be offensive, I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I will say how I feel. And it's not from a bad place. It is because I love me, and I know that loving me is loving everyone. And sometimes people are not aware of the things that they do that cause us discomfort or embarrassment or disappointment or hurt. So we cannot just assume that they do and build up anger. Furthermore, when you build up anger because of someone else's actions, you're only harming yourself. I remember in a few, when I first started doing my videos on here for Embracing Expansion, I made you aware that your senses are your compass. Your senses, your emotions, your sight, your sense of touch, your hearing, your tasting, your feeling, all of these, if they don't feel good to you, then that means that you are out of alignment with yourself, with your higher self, with your spiritual self. And that has to do with your mind as well. So that is what you feed your mind is what you feed in your spirit. What you suppress in your mind, you're suppressing your spirit, and therefore it's going to manifest in your physical body, because this is where we are existing in this plane right now. As much as we are spiritual and physical beings, we have to work on the balance in order to maintain health. Okay, so it is important that you take care of your mind. Your mind is very, very important. Your mind is important. That is where all illnesses begin, from cancer, everything. Cancer, heart conditions, everything. It's even contracting, diseases from other people, or all of these can be healed mentally. Your mind, whatever you tell your mind, you can heal from anything by healing your mind. You may have gotten bitten by a mosquito, gotten dengue. You can heal. You can tell your body it's healing. You don't focus on what you don't want, which is not healing. You focus on healing, and your body listens. Your body does listen. And in order to exercise this beautiful gift, this beautiful power, I'm telling you guys, we have everything we need to live long, happy, fulfilling lives. Okay? Every illness that we have starts with your mind. And you can heal your body with your mind. Okay? You can heal your body with your mind. You can heal yourself with your mind. Everything starts with your mind. I can go deeper and deeper into this. I shall wait until Spirit enlightens me further to go deeper and deeper into this, because what I want to expand on right now, I feel a need to, is instances where persons get, contract HIV or anything, herpes. All of that has to do with your mental awareness of who you are, how you love yourself. Okay? All of this has to do with that. And even if you do contract something, you are still able to heal yourself just by the power of your mind, the power of your subconscious mind. What your conscious mind feeds your subconscious mind is what the reality that you create. Okay? I am going to leave this at that, but we will come back to this. I am a lot of my topics of discussion for my channel, they're very much linked. They complement each other because there is one universal way that we can just change this environment for the better. I will discuss that in Random Advice this Saturday. So it goes on at 11 a.m. all my videos 11 a.m. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I just want to leave you with the thought that your mind is your greatest tool, your most powerful tool. Okay, and once you have your mind, you have everything you need. You have everything you need to live the life that you deserve, the life that you desire, the life that you came here to live. We didn't come here to suffer. We came here to expand. And if you could change the way that you think, I'm gonna do a video on that actually, on your mind, feeding your mind, just your mind, nothing else, just your mind. Okay. If you can work on your mind, working on your mind is working on everything else around you, from a place of love. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Do enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I was gonna say Tuesday, but Tuesday is for worthy reads. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest.